l'orchestre et les gardes arrivent.
All the Swiss cards.
Je vais appeler l'Obsidian.
Vas-y.
Je sais pas si ça marche.
Si, vas-y.
The same color as the Cardinals.
Je sais pas si ça va marcher.
On va être poussé vers la droite, je te préviens.
They were quickly ready.
Sinon, essaye avec ta carte SIM française. Essaye ta SIM française. Essaye ta SIM
Mais je
française.
vais envoyer.
C'est pas le même réseau.
Oui, mais.
Il augmente le son, t'étais pas.
Ah, je vais augmenter le son.
Tu vois Clara? Oh, il y a l'orchestre là. You can see it. If you move your phone.
Yes, I'm going to see it over there.
They look like two brothers, you see? Same face. iPhone 16.
Non, ça marche pas. Pourquoi? Il y a
Couper le réseau.
le réseau.
Tu peux appeler le téléphone par contre. On a un téléphone marchand. Ah ouais, donc il y a trop de monde. Fais des photos par contre.
Oui.
Après des photos, on va en avoir. Mais fais une photo de Clara.
Once I followed, in 2000 I followed the big Eastern Vigil. On top there. You know, there was also Jim, it was very nice.
Hey, sister.
You see there also chairs there, no? On top.
Siamo nella storia. Tu vois Clara ce qui se passe? Wow,
C'est bien comme ça ou pas?
bah là j'ai les épaules qui commencent à... Attends Clara, je vais te faire bouger un tout petit peu.
Après on peut relayer, je fais la fente sur moi et toi tu prends le sac à dos.
Tam ci mają najlepsze miejsca. Ciekawe co
Yeah, could you just actually hold that for just a second? Well, I'm going to put this around my neck. That way I don't have to worry about it. Thank you. Perfect.
Ah ouais, non, mais j'arrive pas à y croire. J'arrive pas à y croire. C'est un cadeau. Pile au moment où on y arrive. Ah, on serait arrivé un quart d'heure avant, ça n'aurait pas mieux.
Ça sera mieux, oui, mais
Mais on y est arrivé quand on est arrivé.
On a la chose qu'on a.
Parce que l'ambiance est marrante.
Ça va? Après, elle est à l'ombre.
Elle est bien, elle est bien.
My friends, I'm just panning the camera around and in and out. So I'm concentrating on the big screen, which gives us a very close-up and intimate view of many of the crowd and the church and so forth. And then panning around the crowd itself, there is a view there on the screen of St. Peter's Square from the standpoint of the church looking out. And then sometimes it turns around to look directly at the Basilica and at the front of the Basilica where the Pope will appear in some hopefully brief time. So that's the actual balcony and the window out of which he is presented. I have seen this many, many times in documentary films and even in TV and film movie representations, but never for real and never in actuality. So this is something close to a miracle for me, and I'm sincerely sharing it with all of you, my beloved friends and family spread all over the United States, from the West Coast to the East, from north to south. I've met so many of you, and you've been so supportive of me in everything. I can barely express my thanks. I have no adequate words to thank you, because all of you have made this possible. And in that possibility, the only thing I can do to say thank you is to keep you in my prayers for as long as I can, till I don't have breath anymore, till the end of my life. This is one of those pinnacle moments that cannot be repeated. You can't buy it, you can't really plan it, and it's something that just happens. And though it be late in my life, I feel young again, and I take special joy in my middle name, which is my grandfather's name, my mother's father's name, my Italian middle name, which is Renato, and it means reborn, born again. And that's the way I feel today, born again in my spirit and in my life. I may be approaching my 78th birthday, but I feel like I'm 15 years old. I may be crazy, but that's how I feel right now. I can ignore every ache and pain in my back and in my hips or my legs right now, because that's just a matter of getting some rest and taking some ibuprofen. But what this does for my spirit is makes me young again. And we got to make room for people walking through here. They're trying to be as gentle as they can. I will try to get a picture a little later on, but standing right next to me, I'm going to introduce this lovely French couple and their beautiful little girl named Claire. They're from Paris, and we've just been meeting and talking about our common interest and how we both came to be in Rome at this time. Most fascinating people. I discovered in my conversation with them that they live right next to Notre Dame, and I mentioned that I would be hoping to visit Paris sometime this summer if I can, and I just got invited by them to meet them in Paris at their home. So you know, like I said, I am getting pretty sick and tired of God blessing me so abundantly. I don't know what to do with all the blessings. I'm going to have to start giving them away.
Just get drunk with them.
So, I suppose when I come to France, we should drink the ultimate French drink, which is champagne.
We can do that.
We can do that.
I can get you that.
Yes. Some of us from California think we have champagne, but we don't.
Nope.
Champagne only comes from Champagne in France.
That's the one thing I never
That's the
tried
one
with
thing.
them.
Yeah, you shouldn't. Don't bother. Still waiting for the new Holy Father to come out. I'm going to pan back to St. Peter's. There it is again. The window that the Holy Father will appear at. And everyone here is very, very anxious and eager to see him and who it is. We're still speculating right now because we don't know who the new Holy Father is. The various divisions and groups from the Italian Armed Services are there. The Swiss Guard is there. They're all in the front of St. Peter's. It's easier to see them on the screen. And they're flanking the window that would be above them to honor the new Pope when he comes out. There's an amazing picture on the screen. The sun, which is setting, is bursting right across the top of the Basilica in a star pattern, as you can see. Once the camera goes back to the front, as it will sooner or later, you'll get that beautiful star pattern.
Le pape va rester 5 minutes. On est tous là pour le voir 5 minutes, Clara, d'accord?
I was told that there may be 100,000 people here at the moment.
Where can you see? Where can you see that number?
It's me.
All right.
Very reliable source.
My brother says that 200. Oh, they're here on the Cardinals roof here.
There are
New
some,
York? From Washington.
those appear to be the cardinals. Some of the cardinals outside. There are some of the cardinals outside. They're finally released from their imprisonment. Perhaps they were inspired by that imprisonment in the Sistine Chapel to elect someone very quickly and efficiently, as apparently they did. I think that the fact that we saw some of the cardinals outside in what really appears to be fairly casual dress for the cardinals, that the new Pope will be appearing fairly soon. They're in position down in the plaza, in the piazza, waiting, and there's a shot obviously taken from a drone high up. In fact, I can see the drone up in the sky. Can't turn the camera, you wouldn't see it, but there's a drone about 300 or 400 feet above St. Peter's, right above the front of the church, and it showed that crowd scene that we saw just a few moments ago. There are quite a few cameras around the piazza right now showing all kinds of views and angles. There's that shot again from directly above. Almost looks like a court for a game, but there's the armed forces there in front. There's a picture of
Maybe even more. Is he American? Yeah.
They're having peace talks.
Like in the gospel, yeah.
There's that shot of the Basilica with the sun
Will we defend them?
shining and setting over it and casting the rays of the sun over the piazza. So utterly beautiful. The pageantry of the armed forces is unbelievable.
That's a big question whether he's going to wear the red
They're the
loafers
Swiss
now.
Guard and the Italian armed forces exchanging honorifics with one another. Leaders of the Corps are moving back and forth between the two groups.
I think so.
It's really quite a show.
Very nice uniform.
Just absolutely stunning, riveting in fact, colorful, and in its own way sacred, as it is here to honor the Holy Father.
Policeman in the back also.
It's not just a show for the sake of show, it's a show for the sake of honoring the Holy Father and really including us all in this sacred moment that only occurs every so often when God calls the Holy Father home to heaven. We are given another one by the work of the Holy Spirit in the College of Cardinals in the Sistine Chapel. And that's what's happened since Thursday morning, or Wednesday, I should say. Today's Thursday. So on the third ballot, the Pope was elected. That's among the quickest that anybody could have expected.
He has to be elected in fourth ballot because this morning there were two. Yesterday one, this morning two.
No.
I presume this is the fourth.
Is this the fourth already? Then I miscounted. I'm glad I have people around me who know what's going on.
This morning there were two.
There were 2 votes, so I think I missed one.
Three smokes?
No, I
Four
think
ballots.
when there are two ballots, either in the morning or in the evening, if it is black one, it won't come out. Only if it is white.
Ah, okay.
Then after the second, either is white or black, it will come out.
There it is. There's some quite well-informed people around me, and I have just been.
I did
It's
not know. They
my
told me.
me being a lifelong educator. I am now a student.
No, I am not that.
Let's do it together. So,
I like being a student, though. I learn more by listening than by talking. And people are frequently, especially when I preach, they say, "Father, just be quiet."
no, I can do it for you. So we are here with this amazing father from California, who is really nice.
These are my French friends. Yes, I'm from California. So we have a very international crowd around.
He
It's
already has a bet on a cardinal, and we are not agreeing, so
we're going to see.
we are
Yes.
going to see which one is winning. You know.
I feel like we should make a bet. Should we? That really sounds very, very secular, but.
Okay, for me the Japanese cardinal.
Oh, the Japanese? Really? Oh, that's
from Tokyo.
that's a very interesting
I have a
one.
guess for that.
That's a very interesting one. I saw him on television in the last couple of days. They showed him.
Seems
And
very serious.
That's very, very interesting. That would be earth-shaking.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
But who can talk about peace more than the Japanese?
Yes, exactly.
Goedemiddag, goedenavond.
Not the French people anyway.
Ja. Nu, ik sta hier op het Sint-Pietersplein. En op alle momenten denk ik dat de nieuwe paus gaat
Tu peux
verschijnen.
dormir, ouais.
At this point, I think people are probably saying,
Wordt hij mee?
"What is taking the Pope so long to dress?"
Hallo.
My goodness, when people get the sense that the camera is on them, the long-distance cameras, they really start celebrating and jumping
De verbinding
around.
is niet goed
You
hoor.
can see it. There's the view of St. Peter's Square, and the square is filled, and then there's an empty section, and then the crowd extends all the way down the Via della Conciliazione. Just thousands and thousands and thousands of people. I'm glancing over to the front of St. Peter's. There's been no movement of the draperies at the window. There's red drapery on the outside, but there's white drapery on the inside, and none of that has been moved yet. When that starts to move, I'm going to move the camera. Although the remote cameras here in the piazza are probably going to show that right on the screen.
Hallo.
I'll try to find whatever the best view is and go from there.
Ja. Ja. Ja, ik hoor u. Hopelijk is het een beetje stabiel. Ja. Ja, ik was er inderdaad. Ik ben er nog altijd hoor. Want nu wachten we af dat de nieuwe post staat de schijnen aankomt op het balkon hier vlakbij. Ik sta er niet zo heel ver vanaf. En ook niet zo ver van het grote scherm waar je bijna alles op kunt volgen.
Oh, I can see in that screenshot, the crowd goes all the way down to the Tiber River. That is unbelievable. The crowd is all the way down to the Tiber River from St. Peter's. That's a good half a mile at least, and it's filled with people. There again, so many national flags being flown. The entire world is here, as I said before, really, just the entire world.
Natuurlijk gaat zich dadelijk herhalen als er een nieuwe paus gaat verschijnen. Hè. Dan zit iedereen nu op te wachten. Nu beneden hier alles is in paraatheid. Ik weet niet of je iets op tv kunt volgen bij u.
I'm going to suspend the video for a few moments and start it up again when we are apparently closer to the time that the Pope will appear. In the meanwhile, may the Blessed Virgin Mary again watch over you with Christ her Son, my dear friends and family everywhere.
Forza passare, vado via.
Ja, dat